Gents, we're in for a treat. We've got the man, the myth, the legend. We've got Martyn on the Zoom. He's a busy man, but he's very kindly allowed 10 minutes of his time to tell everyone how well he did in the first 12 weeks on the fat loss code. Martyn, tell everyone your result.
35 pounds in total, Gav, in 12 weeks, mate.
How's that make you feel? Feel good?
Oh, unbelievable. I didn't think it was possible, to be honest, but yeah, it's made a massive difference to the way I feel and the energy and just the way I approach eating and doing my life. So yeah, good.
It's more amazing. Well, just give everyone some context. There'll be a few guys watching this. What did you weigh at the beginning? And how are you feeling then to how you feel now? Like sort of 4 months later.
Yeah, well, I was almost breaching the 18 stone mark on the scale. So when I joined, I was 17 stone, 13.4 pounds.
Yeah.
I had low energy. I was going for naps like during lunch breaks. Literally just really lethargic and withdrawn. And yeah, absolutely hated it. I knew that, when I stepped on the scales and I seen that I was close to 18 stone, I needed to change, and by the time I'd finished the 12 weeks, 35 pounds down later, I was 15 stone, 8 pounds, around about that.
Amazing.
Yep.
And how do you feel like at that sort of 35 pounds later? What's been the difference from where you were to how you feel now?
It's the energy level, I think, is the kind of main takeaway for me, full of energy from the moment I wake up, to the time I go to sleep as well. Being able to get out the house, like after work, I'd probably go for like a half hour power nap.
Yeah.
Lunchtime, I'd probably go for a power nap as well. But obviously, the things that we learned throughout the kind of course, it was small incremental changes. But after I think the first week, I was like, I don't even know what to do with this energy. I had no idea what to do if I was,
Well,
wanting
tell
to.
everyone about the you actually started drinking water. I know that's
Yeah.
easy. Martyn said he's like, yeah, I've actually started drinking water. I said, what did you drink before? He said, was it Red Bull or Monster or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
Red Bull, sugary drinks, Coke, Iron Brew in Scotland, the famous tonic. No water intake whatsoever. I just wasn't drinking any water. I never really have, to be honest.
real and real. I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of water in those drinks, so you were getting enough to kind of keep you alive. But in terms of actual feeling good, no wonder you felt so much better. And what about clothes? And you mentioned the energy. I know you had to change a few clothes, didn't you? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think after the 6 week, my trousers started falling down. My t-shirts looked like they were hanging off me. I had to go out and spend quite a bit of money on new clothes, and then 6 weeks later, again, I had to go clothes shopping. I wasn't expecting that weight to fall off so fast, and be able to go from like a 2XL down to a large. It was amazing.
Awesome. And well, what was the sort of you said you got to nearly 18 stone. Was that the tipping point? Is that when you decided I need to do something about this?
A part
Was
of
there
it,
any
yeah.
particular moment of how you felt, or was there an incident, or did something happen that made you think I need to make some changes here?
I think it was a kind of accumulation of certain things. Like I was getting quite a lot of aches and pains within my body. I was getting chest pains as well. My grandfather, he passed away when he was 40, and I just turned 40. So obviously that was kind of playing on my mind. I was getting loads of nerve pains as well, like in my feet and my hands and just all over the place. And I knew fine well that if I'd continued, the way I had been for the last kind of couple of years, for the next couple of years, I probably wouldn't have seen those couple of years, just the way I was feeling. I think most of the pain subsided maybe after week 7 or week 8 into the program. And like I couldn't actually walk for 500 meters without getting feet pain. So I think the amount of pressure that I was putting on, like the bottom half of my body, when I lost the weight, that kind of helped a hell of a lot. So it's been brilliant. Yeah, get my 10,000 steps in a day, controlling what I'm eating, and yeah, it's just been fantastic, mate.
It's amazing, amazing. Well, look, a couple more questions. We'll keep it nice and brief. If someone was, hopefully there'll be some guys watching this, and I speak to quite a few guys each week. Some will join the program, some won't. But what would you tell the new guy coming into it that potentially would tip them over the edge if they were thinking, should I do this? Should I not? What would that be? That one piece of advice that you would say to them?
Do you know, where it's easy to spend money on cars and clothes and all the materialistic things in your life, right? but you will never regret spending money investing in yourself. You know, ultimately that's it. I mean, the car can wait. When I first joined, you know, I was wanting my BMW. It was going to cost about 600 quid a month, and I was like, nah, I can't do the program on that. I actually just delayed buying the car, you know, and joined you for 12 weeks. I went and got the car as well. You know, I've got the car about 3 weeks ago. But actually spending that amount of money, you know, it's not a lot to get your health back, you know. Ultimately as well, like 10 years from now, you know, I couldn't have, I would have hated myself if I hadn't invested in myself at this point in time, you know, because I would have been struggling with all sorts of stuff. So investing in yourself, you know, there's no price on that. What you've done for me, Gav, you know, has ultimately saved my life, you know, in a nutshell.
I appreciate it, mate, and it was great having you in the group. Listen, guys, if you want a result like Martyn, actually, I meant to say one thing. What was the thing? Because there's different elements of the group, as you know. What was the
Mm.
one thing that made you stick to this? Because I know you tried different things before. You know, some people have some success, but end up putting the weight on. And I forgot to mention this earlier on, but what was the thing in the group that made it work for you, my man?
I mean, ultimately, the fat loss code is what you call it, right? Like, you're not taught that stuff at school. You know, we should probably be taught that at school. And once you know it, it's so easy to follow. Like, there's nothing hard. You know, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to restrict your diet. You don't actually have to do anything apart from small incremental changes. The WhatsApp group as well, like everybody was on the same journey, you know, all learning exactly the same thing. And it was quite interesting because like in week one, I was the newbie guy, didn't have a clue what I was doing. But the week 12 guys were helping me, you know, feeding back and saying, okay, like you can do this, you can do that. By the time week 12 came, I was the one giving advice to the week one guys, you know. So it was this kind of circle of
Yeah.
information, which was just absolutely fantastic to have, you know, the support. And not just that, it's the accountability factor as well. You know, having people that you make promises to, you say that you're going to do stuff and actually go and do it, you know, is absolutely, it's a game changer, mate.
No, that's awesome, man. Look, appreciate you being in the group. Guys, if you're watching this, it all starts with a 15-minute course, what me and Martyn had, you know, like 3, 4 months ago. And then if you need any more help, we'll take it on from there. But go to gavgillibrand.com/book a call. You can book a call with me that way, or just catch me on LinkedIn is probably the best way. Drop me a DM. We'll have a chat. I'll tell you exactly what we're going to do in that 15 minutes. You won't believe me. You won't believe how simple it is. It's not always easy, but it is actually very, very simple. So that was Martyn's 12 weeks in the fat loss code. My man, I know you're going to keep going, keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for being a great part of the group. And thanks for spending the time telling everyone about the journey. Thanks, my
Nah,
man.
appreciate that, Gav. Thank you. Thank you, mate.